Hello and welcome back to the Penno Channel. I'm here with my bro to discuss what happened yesterday in a massive night for Aston Villa. The first time in Europeans elite competition in over 40 years. Bro, before we start this one, if you could like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on everything we go through in this video. This is the breakdown where we talk all things about Aston Villa 3, Young Boys 0. But after last night, how you feeling? How you doing? I hope you had a great day today.
Honestly, bro, I feel great, man. Me and you watched the game together. We were nervous at first, but come full time, we was happy, man. And yeah, he was a bit emotional as well, man. He's a bit emotional, like watching Villa, hearing the music and that. So yeah, bro, gassed, super gassed.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of emotional, because this is one thing we never thought we'd see. Like Villa playing Champions League football, we just didn't envision it. So for us at home and everyone watching at home, it was so special. So I can't imagine what it would have been like being in the ground at the time. Just from when the music started playing, it was like, yo, this is real. And I remember just watching the lineup, and as they were panning through the team, Jacob Ramsey was there nodding his head. He was like, "Yeah, this is the stage. It's set. I'm ready to go." So, yeah, just the whole atmosphere and everything surrounding it is just unreal, and very surreal as a fan to see
What do
Villa
you think
playing
about
Champions League football.
what do you think about them trumpets, though, man? That
The
they've added to
tune.
yeah, man. It's a bit heavy, isn't it, man? It's a bit.
So when I first heard it, I wasn't feeling it, but it weren't too bad yesterday. It didn't come through from when we were watching it, so it wasn't too bad. But we'll see when it comes to Villa Park. We'll see what it's
I think I turned to you. I was just like, that was a bit shit.
like. You weren't having it.
Maybe we'll slap at Villa Park, surely.
Yeah. Surely we'll have to.
But it's just
And
such a Villa
everyone,
thing. Just such a Villa thing, I think, for like this iconic song, yeah, never been touched. Just to get like into some weird trumpets that's added this.
and it just changes just for our role into the tournament. Yeah, I hear it. But yeah, we'll see what it's like at the ground, and everyone's singing the champions. That would be mad. That would be some atmosphere when we face
How you say it?
the league leaders and who we're currently joined up with
The
in
tryhards.
the next round of fixtures against Bayern Munich. But yeah, we move on, bro. We move on.
Sorry, just speaking about them quickly. 3 penalties. Are they having a laugh? Is this what we're up against? 3
Well, bro,
penalties.
it felt like the
See?
way for corruption. Last night, our game felt like corruption at times. Bayern getting
Okay.
3 pens in one game is a madness. So yeah, let's see how it's weighted in when we face them at Villa Park, because it was looking all mad last night. I can't lie, with how our game went and how their game went as well. To bag 9 is mad in itself. 3 pens in one match. Yeah, it's different. It's different. So yeah, bro, the feeling throughout the day yesterday, building up to the game, it was one of nerves, anticipation, excitement, obviously, bit of anxiousness as well, just to see. We did play in Europe last season, but it was the Conference League. I think we got a rude awakening when we played Legia last year. We really did away from home. It was kind of an introduction back into European football, albeit we played Hibernian in the qualifiers, but that was a real introduction. Okay, you're back in European football. You just got beat 3-2. Don't take it lightly. So coming into this one, it was like, even though we're playing a side who haven't won a game this season, at bottom of the league, had drawn 3 games and lost 3, it was still, we need to be aware here. We need to take it seriously. And this is a big moment for the club. And we're being shown across the world. We're the early kickoff. So we're the premier game. Let's see what performance we can put out, and let's show the ability we have. And certainly we did do that.
Team news. What did you think?
As expected, I didn't think we'd rest or we'd go light. No, I expected everyone to be playing, and that's exactly what we went for. A big shout for Lamar Bogard to start he started the last 2 Prem games, and then he's starting the Champions League game. And let's think about this, bro. This is a guy who wasn't meant to initially travel to the United States. He wasn't meant to go on that preseason tour, or he initially wasn't part of the squad to go on that preseason tour. So for him to then get called up at a later date to go on it, and for now to be starting as our senior right back currently, albeit Matty Cash is injured, but to be starting over, Nedeljkovic, who's a Serbian international. Okay, he's young, but he's played in the Champions League as well previously. He's a big, big call, and shows the trust Unai has in him. Everything else expected was the same. What was your thoughts and thinking?
Yeah, poor Bogard didn't even have a picture from UEFA when his name came up, so shows you how much we intended to play when we sent off that list. But yeah, his story's crazy. Like as you said, wasn't supposed to go on pre-season tour, was looking like leaving the club, and even though he's playing out of position, he'll be buzzing. Like he'll be buzzing when it's time for Villa. He won't care. I do see like a lot of conflicting like opinions on him, but what's important to understand is he's not a right back. He's not a right back. He's doing something where he's played maybe once in his career. So he's putting in a shift. He's learning on the job, basically. And yeah, I'm just patient with him because I can just understand like this is not his position. When he played in midfield in pre-season, he was way more comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's facts. And he's right back is his third position. He's a centre back, he's a DM, and then he's a right back. Currently anyway, and he's learning the ropes with the position. And as we get onto it, I think it was understandable at the time that he did come off at half time, the way the game was going. But I don't think Unai's lost any trust with that. I just think it was one of those learning curves, and he'll be better for it. And I wouldn't be surprised if he starts at the weekend. That wouldn't surprise me.
He's good, man. He was on Insta saying like dream come true and all that stuff, man. He's still gassed, like even though he got taken off.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, lineups expected. How did you think that first 15 went? Because it was all mad. It was all mad, wasn't it?
First 18 minutes, Young Boys were the better team. They were playing that lofted pass down our right side, and it was hurting us. Clearly, their instructions were to target Lamar Bogard, who's the most inexperienced player in our side. And they were getting a lot of joy, bro. I'll be honest, they were getting a lot of joy. 1v1, they were coming inside and they were finding space that way. They had a shot on target. They forced Emery into a save. They had that other shot that kind of bounced down and went wide. Yeah, they had the better early chances. They had the free kick also as well that came from us fouling them. I think it was Tielemans. So yeah, it was one of them like, is this what Villa's gonna turn up? Because of the first 15 minutes, bro, me and you were looking, we were just like, okay, we need to lock in here. However, what I was saying to you was the pitch. I'll give him 25 minutes.
I was just going to say, it looked like a glorified goals, didn't it, on Power League? It looked like one of those pitches that it was so flat, and you could tell that.
I wouldn't be surprised if the players were to start shaking like that black stuff out of their boots, bro.
The rubber crumbs.
Yeah, man.
It was all in the kit. Yeah, the pitch was nuts. It looked like they were playing down the road at a Power League or goals, man. Yeah, you could tell by the bounce. The bounce is different. Some of the initial touches were getting away. They just had to get used to it. Okay, they trained the night before, but it's still a big difference to playing on grass. And I know a lot of these grass pitches now, they're like hybrid pitches anyway, but there's still a difference between that and just straight 4G, what they were playing on. And yeah, the bounce just looked off, didn't it? And it was extremely flat. But then I think as the game went further on, that played into our strengths because it was a lot easier for us to transition the ball. And when you're playing on a flat surface, it means you can run quicker. And I think that benefited us when we get onto the moves that we created and the goals we scored. But initially, yeah, it was just everyone had to get accustomed to the touch and the feel and the bounce of the ball on the pitch. I even thought sometimes they were throwing in crosses and balls they were had a couple of shots that went short to Emery, which were bouncing in front of him, which Emery did really well to stop because, again, it's a different bounce off that type of turf surface compared to the grass. So, yeah, there was a lot of artillery initially. They were throwing a lot at us, whipping balls into the box, niggles, free kicks, fouls that I didn't think there were, but they were getting the decisions from the ref. But Emery was commanding, and that's what you want from a keeper of that stature. He kind of settled everything with the way he's coming to claim the ball or the shot stopping. I think he stood out in the initial first 15 to 20 as the guy who was just like, okay, I'm going to set the tone for the rest of the team and show up until everyone else calms down and gets used to how we play on this surface.
Yep, and ironically, our first bit of joy came from a long pass. It was a long ball up. Watkins does really well, jumps, wins the header, and McGinn kind of runs onto the ball. And McGinn will know he should be doing better than that. He should be getting it on target as well. But it was nice to see us switch it up, not have to build every time, and just have the option to go long and adapt.
Yeah, we did, and that was just a short sign of things to come, because the way we were able to hold up play in their half as the game went further on was really good. And there was another chance and opportunity, which we'll move on to after the goal. But to get the first goal was important. We know how we play. When we get the first goal, we usually end up getting 3 points, or it usually works in our favour big time. We don't kind of let teams back into it as such. So to get the first goal was massive. And the way the goals come, bro, I mean, Austin McPhee, once again, he's working wonders with our team in terms of attacking set pieces, isn't he? And the whole move was brilliantly worked. I mean, it's a short corner, which is different. Again, we played a number of short corners last night, so it means they have a number of routines coming off that, especially when it was Digne and John McGinn on the one side. Digne's pass it to McGinn, and all you see is everyone push forward. You also have blockers on the players at the back post, the Young Boys players. So you had Pau Torres and someone else was acting as blockers, which pushed the space, pushed them all to the near post. And Youri Tielemans had so much time and space. It was all about then, was Youri going to make the decision to hit it first time, or was he going to take the touch? He took the touch and then just absolutely smashed it bottom corner. And again, it's another set-piece goal, bro. They just keep coming this season, and long may they continue, because whatever Austin McPhee's cooking, it's just coming off on the pitch. And he really is starting to remind me of, a special teams coach in the NFL, and how they draw up plays, or just a defense or an offense coach in the NFL and how they draw up plays. He's working on that level now, because he's drawing up plays every game that are coming off. And I'd like to see what else is in the Austin McPhee playbook.
Yeah, big up Aston McPhee, man. Always said, me and you just never understood the slander for this guy, man. Like, we have some of the best chance creation numbers in Europe last season. So, yeah, you can tell as well, like, this is genuinely so details. Stuff that we as fans will just pass off as just normal, and it will just happen by like coincidence. But the amount of planning, the specific role for each player, the different variety of set piece routines they have to do if, like, say, in the moment it hasn't come off or the space isn't there. Like, they have to adapt. And, bro, as good as the set piece is, Youri kind of does so well. The touch is immaculate, and he hits it. One of the Young Boys defenders comes, like, across him to block the shot in the last minute. Doesn't put him off at all. So composed. And, bro, me and you have said this is our player of the season so far, so it's almost fitting that he scored. And I love this celebration. I love the aggressive cheering that he was doing, bro. You can tell that meant a lot to him. Like, this is a guy that's used to playing Champions League football earlier in his career, so it's probably good for him to be back.
The way it was all written, Yuri's player of the season, also wearing the number 8 shirt for the late great Gary Shaw, who used to wear that shirt for Villa as well. So him wearing that shirt and Youri scoring the goal as well, it just, you can't write the story better. Just amazing start to the game for us, and going 1-0 up to a side who are not in form at all, who've been playing poorly in that league. It seemed like it deflated them. As soon as we took the lead, that was it. Then they became deflated, and then the mistakes started creeping in, and we just imposed our game more onto the game. I want to talk about our transitional play now, bro. Is it up there with the best in the league, the way we can transition from back to front with the players we have in terms of Ramsey, Rogers, McGinn, Watkins? We're a scary attack, aren't we, when we move from transitioning from our own half to an opponent's half now?
Yeah, I think most of it comes from Rogers carrying. Like, this guy's doing some heavy yard coverage at this point, man. He's like, just to use another NFL reference, he's like the yards after the catch. Yeah. That's what it's like whenever Ramsey gets the ball, bro. He receives it on the half turn, and then he'll just run, and you can't stop this guy. He's too strong. Yeah. You can't bully him off the ball, bro. And the only thing, like, letting Rogers down is himself, bro. Like, in the final third, when he just, that's it. It's himself.
Or Ollie. Ollie's let him down a few times as well.
And Ollie. Yeah, Ollie.
There was that part in the first half where the left back's trying to get onto him, and he's just like, get off me. He's literally, when Jamie Redknapp said Jhon alone, I kind of understood what he was saying in terms of the aspects He said it a few weeks ago against Arsenal, but I understand the aspects because like the handoff that Rodgers gets on certain players, they just can't deal with
Bullying,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Too
he's
far.
absolutely bullying. He's trucking through these players, and the left back just went spinning. And Rodgers managed to get a good ball across, and Watkins hit the defender with the shot. But that just showed it again. They can't get near him. His upper body strength and his power is a joke, and he has the technical ability to go with it.
Yeah, the transitions game nice. We were having a lot of joy on our left. Dean was getting in behind quite a lot with Ramsey tucking in, finding the space. Pau Torres would carry the ball, give it to Ramsey. Ramsey's got that gravity back, bro. He's drawing players again.
Yeah,
And
he
in
is.
a weird way, his performance yesterday was Grealish-like. Even for the if you look at the Duran goal that was disallowed, I know we're getting that in the future, but he's just that little stutter, draws the players in, and then the pass into an open play. Did it with Rodgers as well in the second half. So loved Ramsey's performance yesterday. Happy for him to score as well. And it's almost like as soon as Young Boys conceded that goal, bro, they turned into a pub team.
It was mad. The drop off was mad. It did feel like they were playing at power legal goals, the standard that they were producing on the pitch. Because that second goal, again, it comes from a great transition from us. Rodgers ends up getting the ball on the edge and manages, and I think he gives it to Dinu, who puts a ball across. It comes to the defender, and he has so much time in the box on the ball. It's like he just froze. I don't know what, he might have seen someone in the ground in the stands or something like that. He might have got a call, but he absolutely froze in the box, and he ends up playing the worst pass possible to their keeper. Now he's blindsided. He ain't seen Watkins coming. Watkins has just snuck up behind him, and he's kicked Watkins straight in the shin. It's a definite penalty for sure, but clever thought of mine, swift thought of mine from Jacob Ramsey. He gets on the ball. Even though it's landed on Watkins, I thought initially, how's he not managed to handball that? Because Watkins' whole body, I thought his arm or his hand had touched it as he'd gone down, but it hadn't. Ramsey just literally rolls it off Watkins and was like, thanks, mate. I'm going to stick this bottom corner, and just sticks it in. And everyone's confused. I think all the players are confused. Their defence is confused. I think the Villa fans were confused because it was initially quiet. We were looking at each other like, what's going on here? And Ramsey just gone off shushing and celebrating. It was a mad goal, but he scored it. Great initiative from Ramsey not to stop play. Good from the referee as well to play advantage. That was one good thing he did there. He played advantage for the situation, didn't blow up straight away for the penalty, and we end up being 2-0 up. But what was that defender thinking, bro? See, he's done exactly what my bro's done here. The defender absolutely froze, like my bro's done here when I've asked him about that. So yeah, I don't know what was going on.
My bad. Sorry, I had my mic on mute. My bad. But yeah, basically, you settled me down when it happened. You were like, it's a goal, it's a goal. I initially thought the ref had given a free kick. The way he was pointing, I thought he'd given a free kick for handball and then check VAR and then give it a penalty, if that makes sense. That's what I thought was going to happen. But now we got the goal. So happy. The goalkeeper
more than you can believe.
The goalkeeper didn't even get booked for that kick, by the way. He's just allowed to swipe Watkins, and just because we scored, the keeper doesn't get booked, which is just hilarious. And then Ramsey did his best to nearly miss, but good finish. Good finish. We'll give him that.
Oh, Ramsey got that was Ramsey's inner Gabby. He was looking like Gabby when he did that. Gabby against Blues. That shushing was naughty.
I've seen pics today where like Ramsey could look like Gabby's son or something, man. Like,
yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
The resemblance is uncanny.
It's the acorn shirt as well, the kit. And let's just jump on the kit for 1 second. The kit looked ridiculously cold last night. The kit, it fitted the occasion. I was confused at first. We're not playing in claret while we're not wearing our home shirt. But the kit last night, it did suit the occasion. It looked really good. And with the acorns across it as well. Bit of nostalgic as well as, just looking unbelievable. Playing in the Champions League.
That kit's one of my favourite in a while, man. Genuinely think it's gonna be looked back on so fondly. Like,
I think the kits this year they've gone free for free. I wasn't the biggest fan of the white one, but it's just a nice playing away shirt. But I think they've gone free for free with the kits this season. The home and the third, definitely.
Especially as we know the contract was late, so they had to kind of rush it. So next year, if next year can be like better than these ones this year, then we're in for a treat.
We are indeed. So that's 2-0, bro. It's cruise control. That's how it's feeling. But you want to get the third now. just to absolutely feet up chilling. And boy, did we think we got the third in that game. Big moment. Ball comes across for Ollie. He has a shot. He hits off their defender, comes back off him and shoots again. And he scores. He buries it. It's a great finish with his right foot. He goes off celebrating. We're like, okay, this is 3-0 now. We're chilling, we're cruising, cigar time. And they disallow the goal. Now this one's ridiculous. UEFA, I want a written apology. The ref, I want some reasoning behind this. The VAR room, what's going on here? Because that is not handball for me. That didn't look like handball at all. It came off his chest, and it didn't seem to touch his hand. I don't know what your thoughts are, bro, if you've seen more of it since, but that didn't look like handball.
Yeah, once again, that link-up play on the left was killing them. It was killing them the whole time. Ramsey finds the space after combining, puts in a delicious ball. And, he's kind of... Watkins has to adjust his body. Gets the first shot off. I like that. Second shot, bang, finish. And he needed that goal so much, man.
He did.
And
he did.
I watched the celebration back today, and Tielemans asked him, does it hit your hand? And Watkins like, no chance. Like he's smiling.
So he
would go in it. Like his body language wasn't suggesting like he was lying. Like he's a genuine goal.
Yeah.
There's no way they've seen conclusive evidence to overturn an on-field decision. If the referee gave the handball on the pitch, I can understand more in it.
Yeah, exactly. If the goal wasn't given, the
goal's given on the pitch. Do you know how much evidence you have to see? It has to be clear for you to overturn a goal. And it's just bullshit, bro. Like, UEFA were doing their best to keep the game close, man.
It's mad. And for them to go and check the Duran goal, to go back and check the Onana handball and use the screen on the pitch to check that, so the ref could go over and have a look. The ref didn't even go over and have a look for this Watkins one.
Weird.
They just gave it strange when he'd given the goal as well. Strange.
We knew
goings on here.
We knew from the off we weren't getting certain fouls, and they were. Watkins kept the ball in play and they gave it a throw-in.
Yeah.
What was that about, bro? I was just like, when that stuff was happening, I was like, okay, we're gonna have to just beat 12 men here, man, like, and play against 12 men. But
that's how it was feeling, man. It was feeling like that as well. And I'm sure if Ramsey hadn't scored the Watkins one, they probably wouldn't have gone back for the penalty. I bet that would have been the case, even though he said he was playing advantage. But yeah, there was a few dodgy decisions, and that one especially, like. Yeah, it don't look good, man. And I know they don't really like English teams, but that one didn't look good at all. And hopefully we've got them all out of the way now in one game. Hopefully the balance is restored in the future games now, because the way that was reffed, it wasn't. Let's just say it wasn't really in our favour, especially that first half. So
that'll be 2 more penalties for you, sir.
Now, but he's English though, so it might be a bit of a balance there.
You think it's an English? I don't think there's an English. I just think they're just bad, bro. I just think they're genuinely just terrible.
I'm just going off the jokes of previous, like the Chelsea-Barcelona times when Chelsea were just like, the Drogba, it's a disgrace. UEFA Lona and those times. Yeah.
That's Barca just favoured us. Even in that PSG game where Emery was managing PSG, like Barca got away with so much rubbish like that.
Yeah. Facts. So going back to the game, 2-0, we even forgot to mention Ollie just still isn't quite firing yet, is he? I mean, Morgan Rogers puts him through with a beautiful ball flick on, 1-on-1. And what Ollie of old, he just buries that, and of last season, definitely. But this season, he kind of he takes a missed touch. He's not free-flowing. He strikes with his left foot, and it goes just outside the box and goes out of play. Ollie just needs to relax, doesn't he? And get his... get back in the groove. I thought the weekend would have done that for him with the brace, but he still seems a bit snappy with his shooting, a bit rushed, not as controlled. Potentially still not 100% fit, and as we saw, he had ice on his leg when he came off. So I think that's
the most logical explanation is probably the most true, if that makes sense. Like, I think he's just carrying a knock still, bro. Like, we've seen the ice on the ankle straight away. Maybe it's a case of Emery just still doesn't trust Duran to start enough to rest Watkins, and he's just having to play through some kind of pain, man. But yeah, 100% agree with you. That sharpness there, you went 1v1. That has to lead to a big chance. Either you shoot, get it on target, or you play Ramsey, who's got a tap in. Like in the Champions League, you can't be doing that. But saying that, bro, he's been robbed of a perfectly good goal, so it's hard to.
Yeah, it's just Watkins of the start of the year would have just buried that, no thoughts, and his first touch would have been better, and his second touch would have been better, and he'd have just buried it. So
yeah, like Luton away, same situation. Look how different that played out.
Yeah, facts. We're going to go through a few of the comments here before that closes out the first half and such. Kevin goes, "How far can Villa go? All the way." Thanks for joining, Kevin, tonight. Yeah, that's in form of the title, and we'll discuss that after we go through the game. Michelle's joined. She says, "Hi guys, thanks for joining, Michelle." Kevin says, "Bayern will know they've been in the game at Villa Park. Trust me, I do hope that is the case." But they have come in with so many weapons and so many high quality players, so it's going to be a great game. Michelle says Kane is good at buying penalties, but I must admit I'm not seeing the highlights of their game. Well, we all know Kane drawing penalties, and if Matty Cash is playing as well, we know what he's like when Matty Cash is around. Because especially, I always remember that one with that challenge, and he just went over and just played the pen so well at Villa Park, and he did the other one was it Conte? Wasn't it the 2-1 we won when we got Conference League? He'd kind of die for a penalty for that as well. Kevin says Bogard is too experienced, but Emery must know what he's doing. Of course he does. He knows what he's doing. And again, I think we said before, he's similar to Rodgers and how he just continues to play him. I think he's just going to continue to play in Bogard until he gets up to speed and starts showing his full qualities, which he has on the ball for sure. But there was elements at time last night on that left-hand side in the first, on their left-hand side in the first 15-20 where Bogard, he just kept going. I don't know what was on his boots, if he was wearing the wrong boots for the wrong pitch. Or maybe he was wearing, I don't know, his studs and he weren't really sinking into the 4G and that, but he just kept slipping over. Sometimes it didn't even look like he was going to ground and been brushed off. He was just slipping over. And it happened on a number of occasions. And yeah, it just wasn't the 45 for Bogard, was it, bro?
Yeah, just inexperienced, doing a job that probably he's out of his depth for at that level. Yeah, man. Pitch ain't helping as well. It's just a smart sub. Get him off. We're winning 2-0 as well, so it's not as... If we were losing, then it's just like, whoa, like that could really affect Bogard, but we're winning, it's cool. Fans are happy. No one's really talking about it that much. So, yeah, I'd expect him to start again, like you said, against Wolves.
Yeah. Deontay's joined. Thanks for joining. Deontay says, "Hey, everyone." Kevin says, "Gotta say, these Champions League refs are no better than the Conference League officials." Yeah, the officiating was mad. It was mad last night. Ken with the super chat said £2. Thank you so much, Ken. Really appreciate that. Michelle says, "I agree with you, Kevin. Yeah, facts. I think we all agree, especially how it was refereed last night. It was a joke." We'll get onto Kevin's other comment because it leads on to later. Ken says, "Not Morgan Rodgers and Luka Onana. It's hard to separate them." Yeah, I think that's regarding the way we were playing on that left-hand side. It was quality. So yeah, bro, 2-0. John McGinn's interview after the game was really good with TNT, and he stated something regarding Villa, Unai Emery and his experience in Europe. Obviously, he's been in Europe for 16 years, and so he can draw on similar experiences to last night. His previous Villarreal side were 2-0 up against Young Boys at half-time and ended up drawing 2-2. So he was in an identical situation last night with Villa, away at Young Boys, 2-0 up. And now it was about showing how to showing how to keep it, together and tight at the back, as well as trying to get a third. Now, John McGinn stated that we all wanted to get a third goal. We wanted to go forward and get some more. But Unai was adamant on, keeping shape, keeping it tight, making sure we don't get caught on transition at all, and that they don't get back in the game. So yeah, bro, what was your feelings going into that second half and how we set up? I think we really did just control the game, go for the majority of that second half, and played it at the pace I'm sure Unai was happy with, and a lot of Villa fans were happy with as well.
Yeah, the way we control games now, and like some of the footwork, the confidence, and the passing. Honestly, it's a joy to watch, bro. It's every player. Pau Torres started showing off with his passing. Konza started getting forward, getting shots off. Ramsey and Rodgers, bro. There's something spiritual about two guys from Birmingham cooking it for Aston Villa in the Champions League. that's what I love about our squad. Like, we've got so much narratives around it. Like, we've got the boyhood Villa fan starting games. We got the guy that's been here for time in like Jhon McGinn, that's like been in the Championship with us.
Yeah.
Then we got like these. We got Watkins, who's like just finally like had his story with England and that. We got Emi Martinez, who's like one of the best goalkeeper in the world. And then we got like Jhon Duran, he's like the promising like young striker coming. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I just love the variety of our team. Like, it's not all new faces. We've got guys that have been here for time as well, and I think it's important, man. And you can just see the confidence growing under Unai Emery, like that these players have. Like, the way some of them have like improved, it's crazy.
Yeah, I still think our squad in general goes under the radar in the wider media and just in the wider media and the wider public. I think our players and squad go under the radar at times because even that second half, when I saw the subs, I was like, yo, is
Crazy.
this really a dip in quality? I don't know if it is. Like,
Crazy.
when you're seeing the names being brought on, when you're seeing, okay, Watkins go off, but the form Jhon Duran's on now, when you're seeing come on, when you're seeing like Ross Barkley come on, he's been here, done that before. He's played at this level. This is nothing new to him. When you see Ian Matson, he was in the final last year of this competition,
Yeah.
and he's just coming on like chilling. Emi
Please,
Buendia, yeah, go on, bro.
Sorry, just for Matson, that's got to be some like reference point now. To
Reality check, isn't it?
You must be thinking, what the hell have I got myself into?
which is mental. We've got the Champions League team of the season left back from last year, and he's coming on for us. The squad's just, the level is mental, and this is with still Matty Cash, Tyrone Mings, Boubacar Kamara not even part of it, who are injured. So yeah, I think maybe a number of people outside, the Villa sphere or taking interest in Villa who saw the players we were able to bring on that second half would have been like, actually, wow, they've got some absolute ballers still on the bench who they can just bring on. And I was saying, Emi Buendia, even though he's come back from injury, that was a highly coveted player at one point. When we signed him, there was a number of clubs looking at him as well. And he was our record transfer at one point. So yeah, it's so much quality. We have the capability to bring on. And another player we did with that at half time, as we go back to that, is Diego Carlos. The man hasn't played a minute since pre-season since him and Openda were trying to do MMA on the pitch in America. Diego Carlos hasn't seen the pitch, and for him to come straight in at half time, Ezri Konsa to move to right back and just look so comfortable. Okay, he had the one Diego Carlos, hit on the head moment, which he always has.
When he done that, I was just like, man, I ain't missed this, man. Like, even Beauregard don't do that foolishness, man.
Diego Carlos has the one Bozo G moment, which he has every game.
He just leaned back like Fat Joe. I'm like, bro, really, what are you doing, man? Just concentrate, bro. Forces Martinez into a save, innit? But after that,
he was quality. And when that one point when they played that ball over the top, I think the number 9 had just come on, and Diego Carlos just put his body across and just sent him to the floor, and it was just like, yeah, that's what I like to see, man. Just the concentration of that guy. If he could just concentrate for 90 minutes. These Brazilians, it used to happen with Luis as well. Luis would lose his concentration for like 10 seconds, and it would end up with us conceding a goal. And Diego Carlos has that moment in him as well. But apart from that, I thought he was flawless. And again, that's a guy who's won the Europa League. He's played a number of Champions League games, and be able to bring him in as well just shows the quality we have on the bench. Second half, I think the first 20 to 25 was kind of breeze through, played at our own pace. Not too much happened. Jacob Ramsey had that shot, which the keeper did really well to tip over. That was, again, fantastic football where we got the ball over to McGinn, cut inside and had the shot, which was blocked, and then Ramsey had the follow-up. But apart from that, bro, we were chilling, and then go on.
I just want to talk about Morgan Rogers again, bro. Like, he's carrying his touch. He had Rio Ferdinand like gushing in the commentary box, bro. Rio Ferdinand was like, it's like that, bro. When he must have brought the ball down from a long kick from Martinez, and his first touch impeccable, and like he takes it to the byline, and then he like cuts back, knocks it round him, and he gets fouled. And Rio's like, this kid's just incredible, man. Like, I think Rio Ferdinand, he was like, wow, with some of our players like Ramsey and Rogers, but Rogers' carrying ability, bro, it's a joke. And he was dropping way deeper this game. he was like level with Tielemans at some point, just playing the passes, like just breaking their lines, bro. Just quality.
He's unbelievable on the ball, isn't he, Morgan Rogers?
And Ramsey as well, just that left hand side, we were cooking. Him and Dean were linking up so well all game, and them little 1-2 combos. Dean was getting in behind, and he was cutting it back, and then Rogers was getting shots off and stuff. It was beautiful to see, bro. Genuinely beautiful to see.
Calling him the Hauser and Kaka. That's what I'm hearing. That's
Do you see the Kaka then? Kaka was one of your favourite players. Do you see the Kaka comparison?
In the carrying ability, yes. I do. Obviously, Kaka's Ballon d'Or winner, so that's levels, isn't it? Can Rogers go to levels? He can go to a high level, of course. He could. Don't know if he reached that, but he could go to extremely high level. He could be a full England international regular. But the carrying ability Morgan Rogers shows at times, he's just nuts. Reminds me of Yaya Toure as well. When Yaya Toure's in the mood, he could just run through people. Didn't even have to run around them, but he had the technical ability to do both. And that's what Morgan Rogers is exhibiting. And he's just treating young boys players like young boys. That's how it was yesterday. He was treating them like little man. The way he was just shouldering them off, it was mad. It was mad. Yeah. And
I have the Joelinton comparison. I know you don't like the comparison, but I think stylistically, the way they're built, the way they carry the ball, and like the technique they have on the ball as well, like, it just reminds me of him so much. And obviously, Morgan Rogers doing it way younger than Joelinton started playing. Like, he was a striker these times, so hopefully Rogers will go on to be better than him. But I just see that comparison so similar as well. Just the way that there's big guys like in midfield. You know, you respect Joelinton, man.
Yeah, whatever, man. Nah, I'm not having that one. I'm not having. I think.
They're identical.
I say Morgan Rogers is more technical than Joelinton. A fact, and I stand on that. I stand on that. I know you disagree, but that's my point.
I think they're similar. Genuinely.
I don't. I disagree with on the ball. I can understand in terms of carrying, but I think on the ball, technically, I think some of the things Morgan Rogers does, the touches, I think, are another level to Joelinton. Like that touch he did for Watkins for the one-on-one, that touch was a joke. I remember the touch for Arsenal when he did the back heel, like when it came to feet, and like I don't think Joelinton's got that in his locker like that. I think
Ramsey's been adopting them back heels as well, man. Like I've noticed it to his game. Ramsey added it to he did it twice yesterday with a back heel. Yeah. Started to do it. He did it against Everton as well. Just little things. He's when that chance that we spoke about. Yeah. Where Watkins' his touch just lets him down, but the football's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah. That left-hand side.
We're balling.
We're cooking on. We're absolutely balling.
And again, we'll go for Jhon Duran, that chance. Bro, that left-hand side again.
Come on, the big ones. We ain't said he's come on yet.
Yeah, we spoke about the subs, and obviously Ollie went off.
Spoke about Carlos.
Duran comes on. Ollie has an ice pack on his foot. Unai's come out and said it's nothing major. He's just icing his ankle area. It's nothing to worry about. So Ollie goes off, and the man of the moment comes on. And bro, he's gone onto Insta after the game and told Amadou that he hates him. And I can understand why, because bro, that goal was ridiculous. And if it hadn't hit Amadou's arm, I know it's so far forward in terms of how early it is in the build-up, but I think they have to just give that one. I don't know how it's shit,
straight away, to be honest.
Yeah, but they have to give that one. But the build-up from that moment in the game, from that, the build-up for Duran to play that pass out wide, again, as you were saying, for JJ to get on the ball, attract two defenders across and then play the ball.
Yeah.
And bro, the finish. Talk to me, because Duran. I leave Duran talking to you, man.
I'm almost at the point now where I just let others just like gas him. Like, I feel like me and you have almost done our jobs, like just the gassing. No, leave it to the rest of the people. But the ball initially from Duran's crazy. I think his passing is quite underrated at this point now. Like it's improved this season.
Yeah, it has improved for sure.
More passes, his passing's decent. I'd say the one thing with Duran is dribbling. That's his issue. He doesn't really dribble past players like that consecutively, but the passing and then the movement's incredible. And who's the Scottish guy that's on comms? His name left me.
Ali McCoist.
Alan McCoy, he was praising Duran so much. Like he couldn't believe the finish. But yeah, pauser from Ramsey, knowing when to play the pass, drawing the players in. And there's that one angle from behind where the curl on the ball is just a joke.
Bro, that is Messi's done that before. I've seen Messi do that finish before, where he just walks onto it. No, I'm just saying where I've seen the finish before. I ain't saying Jhon Duran's Lionel Messi, far from it, but I've seen that's the way I've seen that finish before. Bert Traore, you think?
Traore. I was going to say Bert Traore, but I thought, oh no, he's already got onto me.
That's a bit different though. Bert Traore, he dribbles with the ball before he puts it past Sam Johnston and has the defender. But the spin, yeah.
Here's another Brazilian comparison. You might like this one. Adriano, man. Like this guy, like this left foot of his, like obviously he's nowhere near Adriano yet, but like my gosh, like the variety of finishes, it's just a joke.
Someone on X put Pez Adriano, and it's a fantastic comparison because bro, it feels like someone's on Pez when you could change the attributes, and Adriano had it anyway. He had 99 shot power. Jhon Duran has 99 shot power in that left foot. Like it's red. It's at the top, and for him to just show a difference to that and caress the ball in with the spin, it just shows he's not all about just power, it's technique as well. The one he scored against Everton, he cuts across the ball, whereas this one, he hits it with his instep and curls the ball out to in the other direction. So he can do it both ways, and that one he keeps on the ground as well. So yeah, the finish was unreal. And you saw Duran with the ultras straight away, straight on the hoardings, on the board and giving it large. I can't believe he got booked for that. And then they didn't rescind the booking when he got.
That's a booking. No,
but at least rescind the booking.
You can't go on inside. I didn't even clock it was the ultras until after. And Duran's hilarious because when the referee books him, he's just like, okay, yeah, cool. But then when the goal's disallowed, his face, it's so innocent.
His face is a picture in it.
It's like what? And it's a big moment. It's Champions League.
Facts.
But I hear it on the booking, but I think it's because. It's not that it was a tackle. It's more because it's like inciting like the fans. He's just ready. I love that
people do worse celebrations than that, man. Don't get booked. So when Mohamed Kudus is sitting on doing the same thing, sitting on the side or Garnacho, do they not get booked for that?
Yeah, it's a good point, man. But I just think
it's ultras, rubbish, man.
I think in Champions League as well, there must be like more strict with stuff like that because they've seen how people can like throw flares on the pitch or some shit like that. So. That's why I think he was the booking. I'm not mad at the booking. I'm just mad at the ref not seeing the handball straight away, bro.
Yeah, because it just denied us a quality goal.
Then again, we got the goal. We got to see Duran has that in his locker. So
the patterns of play, second half, beautiful. The control, unreal. And before we get on to the third goal, I was going to go through a few more comments because Flange joined. She goes, even though thanks for joining. Racy Lacey's in here. Thanks for joining. She said, he or she says, what's with the title, bro? Haven't you heard we're winning all of it at the Villa? We'll get onto that at the end. Marcus Johnny says, hello all. Sorry to be late. No need to apologise, Michael. He says, great performance, great win, great fans, and a great tribute to Gary Shaw. Absolute facts. Weston, thanks to Johnny, says, the conclusion I've come to is that we're just a very good football team. Now, I think that's the realisation sometimes, it still shocks me. I'm still not used to it. But it will get there. It will get there for sure. But yeah, it still surprises me how good we are at times. Weston also says Arsenal wanted Buendia, didn't they? They did. They did for sure. Flange says, can't wait to be back in the whole end on Sat. Bring on the confidence from last night. Oh, for sure. Aaron's joined. Thanks for joining, Aaron. He says, great win last night. And we made short work of Young Boys. But we won Bayern Munich winning 9-2. That's going to be a real test and measure as to how good we are. I can't wait up the fucking Villa. Now, this is the thing. We can't, with Bayern, I feel like we can't let the occasion get to us. Just picture Bayern as playing Man City or Arsenal. We have to use it on that category. We saw how we performed against Arsenal last season, against Man City last season at home, and we saw how we performed against Arsenal this season. The game could have gone either way. We need to look at that game as playing Bayern. Okay, they're a good side within their league, but don't make it any more than that. I don't know how you feel about that, bro.
I just think the fans aren't that powerful under Emery. Like, I think Emery's so experienced. Like, he'll know what to do with his players throughout the week.
Oh no, I'm talking about the team, not the fans. The team.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, get a player letting the occasion get to him is being inspired by the fans. I remember when like Anthony Gordon was like fist pumping Newcastle fans, like when they got like a corner against. That's letting the occasion get to you, innit?
Yeah,
Like that's doing the most in it.
Bruno Guimaraes,
Emery will school him, man. Like he'll know, bro. Like 16 seasons in a row. Like he's probably got all types of techniques that goes through, like mental stuff as well. Yeah, I think that'll be fine, bro. I think it will just be a case of who just performs on the day, like tactically, and just game changers, man.
Yeah, it's mad because you're not playing many new, like you got Elise over there. We know how Elise plays. Harry Kane, obviously, and then we're playing against a manager who managed Burnley last season. So he has better players now, but we'll see how similar his tactics are to how we play with Burnley and Bayern Munich. I know there'll be some very different tweaks, but there might be some similarities as well, which we can look into.
Yeah, that's
in
mad.
Vincent Kompany.
If someone told you last season, next season we're playing that team beginning with B, managed by Vincent Kompany, I'll be like, oh, Burnley stayed up.
We're playing him in the cup. But nah, playing Bayern Munich, it's mad. He's mad. Ken says, Fat Joe Lewis. Yeah, facts. Diego Carlos was leaning. He was leaning back for that pass. It was mad. Weston said Rodgers looks better than Bellingham, in my opinion. Big shout. I'm a Bellingham fan. So that I think he's done a lot more.
Anyways, he's a blue nose actually. So yeah, you're correct, man.
Ryan says men against boys. Literally, it was for sure. Aaron said the squad is looking strong overall, and with our long-term injuries coming back, I'm confident. A bit short in defence if we lose a couple of players, but we can't complain too much. Yeah, I think the only one was the right back situation. Another right back, and I think we would have been absolutely sorted, and potentially another centre back as well. I think the additions were just to the defence, but Lamar Bogart's playing more of a part than we thought. I think Unai has trust in Dalkovic at times as well, so they've been promoted and put forward. Ahead of Diego Carlos. That was the first time we saw Diego Carlos get minutes this season. So it shows the trust Unai has, even with Matty Cash out. We have Charlie and Mings to come back as well. Weston says that one move Rodgers done when he nutmegged the player, Ria on the comms went, wow. Yeah, facts. Rodgers balls out. He just does a madness every game. He does something mad on the ball. Weston also says Duran's goal scoring is ridiculous, man. He's facts, and his goals per minute ratio is a joke. And he also says Duran hit the ball about 6 yards wide of the post and it curls back in. He did. Technique, either way, we saw Everton inside to out to beat Pickford, and then that one we saw the instep outside to in to put it bottom corner. He has it all. That guy. And honestly, as I said before, he's the best young striker in world football currently. I think he is. I think Evan Ferguson used to be that guy you used to chat to, but right now I think it's Jhon Duran. If you can name any more in the chat, we can discuss. But I think it's Jhon Duran.
I think now we're getting to the point where fans are starting to get almost a little bit like, whoa, like this is getting serious now. Like this kid might be too good. Like he needs to.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I'm almost scared of like. I'm already seeing like other opposition fans and just can we get him in Jan? It's like sure, Lord.
Yeah. Like, can we get him in Jan? How can Villa have him on the bench? How can Villa, show some respect? What are you talking about? How can Villa show some damn respect about how can Villa? We have the best striking options in the league. City have Haaland, who's an alien. Apart from that, we have the best striking options in the league. Aaron says Emi Buendia looked lively when he came on, and Barkley has done so well. So many great options. Duran is nuts. I like that. Great goal by Onana as well. Villa back as it should be.
Speak about the Onana
fantastic goal. Comment. Go on then. Go on. Get into it.
What did you think? What did you think of it? What did you think of the finish?
Absolute pole driver. Yeah. Didn't think he should have shot at the time, but it was an absolute pole driver. When you look at it in slow motion, it's absolutely binsed it, bottom bin. Keeper's got no chance just inside the post. But yeah, bro, we're taking long shots again.
The finish is a joke because it's right in the corner. And
facts.
Tielemans and Barkley had some of the easiest assists of like their career for the Duran goal against Everton, and now Tielemans yesterday. Bro, he scored 2 goals at Everton and he's got 3 already.
I know, it's mad. It's mad.
It's crazy. Like he's
Unai Emery touch, man.
What did we say? We said where are Dougie's goals gonna come from last season, and Onana's stepped up so far.
Facts.
Obviously, he's not going to score a long range every time, but from set pieces, he's getting into good positions.
Literally, we said Dougie Watt got 10 last season. We were like, where are them goals going to come from? Well, Onana's, nearly a third of the way there already in the space of 5 games. So, yeah, it's massive. It's massive, isn't it? Like, just for him to start scoring goals as well and adding that to his additional bow, which you wouldn't associate with Amadou Onana. He'd be more all action, gets his leg into certain situations to win the ball back. Good from set pieces defensively, but to add it offensively and scoring, striking the ball like that as well. Not more you can ask, man. And the 2 Belgians in the middle of the park both getting on the score sheet. It was, brilliant. Kevin says, and the Duran taunts the Ultras, cracker. Yeah, mad. Mark was going, not a booking. I'm with Michael, not a booking, not for me. Michelle, when Emery got asked about Duran's celebration for the second time, he got angry. I love when Emery gets angry. You don't want to hear that rubbish. He's just won 3-0. He's not interested in any, no negative. That's how he goes, no negative. Positive only. Jason's joined, says up the Villa. Thanks for joining, Jason. And Jason goes, Emery's a good manager, isn't he? Yeah, he ain't too bad, man. He ain't too bad. Kevin says, goal difference could be the difference in Champions League table, so having 2 goals wrongly chalked off us is annoying. Facts, I think the second one, the Onana one, the Duran one was rightly chalked off. I think the first one shouldn't have been. It doesn't hit Watkins' arm whatsoever. It was just the way it took so long. It should have blown initially instead of letting the play continue for the Duran goal. Deontay said, I'm also a Bayern Munich supporter, by the way, so of course I'm looking forward to that game. But Deontay, you've got to be with the claret and blue that night. Let's be at Bayern Munich. There's other opportunities. You've seen them win Champions Leagues and stuff previously. All Villa for this game. I'm sure you will be. Weston says, didn't Unai do Bayern Munich with Villa? He did indeed. So,
with Pau Torres in his team as well.
Let's talk about Pau Torres' performance last night.
Yeah, really good. His passing, yeah. Like the variety of these cold passes that he keeps on doing. And the reason why is because Jacob Ramsey's on the pitch and he trusts him. And he knows that he can just take the ball. Morgan Rogers is on the pitch. He can turn on the half turn and he trusts him. So Pau's getting a bit more audacious with his passing, which I love to see.
I thought his defensive actions were good last night as well. I thought he defended really well.
Good headers.
He was defensive. Considering he had that real test against Calvert-Lewin on the weekend, I thought he was very, very good.
And then, bro, we haven't really spoke about him, but man of the match, man. Just it's getting ridiculous how normalized it is now. We've said it all season. He's been the best player for me by some distance, but I understand what others say. Others have been better, but not for me. Yuri Tielemans controlling the game, now scoring goals. Joy to watch, bro. It's getting very, very serious now. Like this guy, yeah, the level. Tielemans, yeah, in his career, it's never been a question of talent. It's consistency.
Never. Yeah,
it's consistency. He's never been consistent. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got him on the free. He would be at like Real Madrid if he was putting in like them performances week in, week out, innit? So hopefully this season now we can just see that consistency every game. And he's been flawless, bro. He's been he's gone 5 out of 5 for performances.
100%. They tried to kill him off with that video in the relegation. They tried to kill him off. The St James's Park when he's running back. All his credibility with Yuri Tielemans. We picked him up on the free. Slow starting initially last season. Can all admit that. But obviously we had Dougie and Kamara at the time, so he was allowed time to embed himself. This season, no, the second half of last season, he was outstanding. And when he got injured last season, it really showed in our midfield. And then he's come back from injury this season and he's just flying, bro. Outstanding. He's ball playing currently and he's dictating the play. And even though he's turning on the ball, he's not the quickest, he's not the most agile, but he did something again yesterday where he rolled on the ball and turned one of the players. And it was just like, you can tell this guy's playing with extreme confidence now. Like he's trusting in his ability, even if he doesn't quite have the pace or the physical attributes, he's trusting in his ability to get past people. Yeah, he's absolutely flying, man. And the finish for the goal, the touch and finish, Yuri Tielemans outstanding right now. Aaron says, we need to keep our feet on the ground a bit, but it's the best Villa squad plus manager I've ever seen, a non-54, lads. Wow, that is a massive statement.
this is what I think. This is the best ever. This is the peak Villa's ever had it. But obviously, I'm not on the line. So it's
obviously not to
but even relative.
Early 80s. Early 80s is not in terms of our lifetimes. Yeah,
even
sure.
No, I'm saying all time, bro. But I get it. Relatively, probably not. But if you can only really compare eras relatively, I guess, isn't it? And we won the league, won Champions League, so it's hard to like knock it like that. But I just think the depth we got, the performances, the way we're playing, the style of football as well. I think it's the best time. But I don't know if Aaron's 54 and he's saying that, like I'm gonna jump on the back. I'm gonna start saying.
Is there anyone older in the chat who could tell us how unreal we were in the 80s? I'd like to hear that.
How old do you need? 54. That's like you would have seen everything.
Well, Aaron can say then. Aaron can suggest because what it would have been about.
There we go.
Because
more comments coming in.
Let's see. Rod says, "I am 58 and I agree with Aaron." Wow. So there we go. That's two.
Unai is the best manager Villa have ever had, but he's not the greatest yet. Because greatest is to do with legacy and trophies, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
He's not the greatest yet, but he's the best Villa manager, like talent wise.
Yeah, facts. I hear that. Let's see what else we got in here. Ken saying Snap same age. What's your thoughts though, Ken? Marcus saying Villa in the 80s were unbelievable. So I mean we must be ridiculous right now in terms of that comparison because we just like to sign it off with some silverware would be nice, you know what I mean, bro? Something like that. To really cement this side at the minute. Weston saying I was very young when we won the league and European Cup and European Super Cup. This is the best team since that, definitely. So facts, we've got best team since that point. So Mark was saying with Saunders, was ahead of his time, and I'm 58 too. So yeah, bro. Going back to that team, Ron Saunders' team back then. From that point, I mean, we've finished second in the league in that time. The Atkinson teams, the Gregory teams, I think we've surpassed those now. The O'Neill team surpassed that. So yeah, there is a shout. For sure.
Like, the ball we're playing, like it's just like the control tactically as well. Pressing off the ball, on the ball. Yeah, man. I'll be happy saying that, but I get it. If you don't live through it, you can't be nostalgic over it, really.
Exactly. That's true. That's facts. Deontay says both Emery and company are familiar with each other's game, but the pressure will be on Bayern to win. Yeah, we need to make it will be some atmosphere that game. That was Aaron's comment. Ken saying, could we lose Morgan Rogers and Duran in January?
Nope.
I don't think that's possible. I think it'd have to be stupid money now to lose those two. I really do.
Yeah, like no one's paying us 200 million in January. So
Rod, thanks for joining. He says, "Sup Villa fan, thanks for joining, Rod." Again, can I remind you all, if you could like the stream and subscribe if you're new in the chat, so please subscribe as well. Aaron saying Jacob Ramsey looking good this season with Morgan Rogers, Jhon Duran, Costa Nedeljkovic, etc. We've got some really exciting young players coming through. Unai's working wonders. Love it. It's looking so positive right now.
I think injuries kind of made people forget last season. Jacob Ramsey was a top 5 player this season.
Yeah, of course. That happens. So it's either the extreme of you forget how good they are, or the extreme of we really need them, we really miss them. That happens when players are out. Kevin, Tielemans is outstanding. Come on, bro.
Sorry, carry on, bro.
Kevin says Tielemans is outstanding. Louise here. That's how it's looking. What do you think Dougie was thinking yesterday? He's sitting on the bench and his new team he's not starting for and his former team he's not starting for in the same competition, kicking off at the same time. Must have been a mad thought process, that.
Probably thinking about what fish he's going to
catch.
Well, I'm not there with the Louise. Like, I can't do with it. Like, but I know people are judging.
That is slander. I'm just saying, I imagine what he was thinking, seeing, Villa Juve kicked off at the same time. And he was on the bench for Juve.
It's just hilarious as well. Weston McKennie scored.
Yeah, that was. You're going right, yeah. Big Weston McKennie bagged. He got a start over Dougie, so that's mad. Michelle, I agree with you, Adam. Tilly is so high level, facts. Aaron said Villa were robbed for the Watkins goal after 8 games. Goal difference could be key to qualification or not. I'm enjoying the ride, but confident. That is a big point. I think I was shouting at that yesterday, bro. Within the game, I was like, this could affect goal difference. What, we need the goals to be count.
Now that it's a league system, bro, it's true, man. Like every goal matters.
Rod said we used to win more, but I've never seen us have such control as games now. Tony Daly is still the GOAT, obviously, but our players are man for man. Such high quality. Yeah, wow. Big shouts. Jason saying little as well in terms of Brian Little. Kevin, I think Emery has the same work ethic as Saunders did, 110% effort, as he used to say. Aaron saying I was 12 when we won the European Cup, but the football has moved on, and the Villa team now would destroy the 81, 82, 83 side, in my humble opinion. That's a very fair opinion and fair shout, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. Michael said our fullbacks, Gibson and Swain, would not be out of place now in going forward. It'd be good to see how that would look in our system now, and the way we play. We allow the fullbacks to bomb forward. Yuri Tielemans has been my favourite player this season. Absolutely key. Dougie Who. A few Dougie Who's coming through. Well, we need to relax on that one, but I hear it.
It's that Olympiacos penalty.
Trust me. Michael Cowns in the middle had every pass possible. I cannot tell you how good he was. And for me, the best midfield player we have ever had. I've heard so much about Gordon Cowns and how ridiculous he was, and Dennis Mortimer as well. So yeah, bro. I
just wanted to quickly touch on Ramsey and Rodgers again. I think they complement each other so well because they're both really good at different things. So like Ramsey's more about linking up with the fullback. He's more about making the passes forward, the correct passes. A lot of the times Ramsey isn't like extravagant with his passes. They're like 5 to 10 yards, but he keeps the ball for us. And when he's on transition, I think there's no better player to have outside of Rodgers than Ramsey. Like he'll carry the ball, he'll take his time, and he'll find the player in space. And he's starting to attract players again, bro, like Jack used to. I'm seeing 3 or 4 young boys players when Ramsey had the ball yesterday, bro, and he's creating space for our other midfielders. Then Rodgers, the way he carries the ball, bro, the speed, the strength, he's just lacking the final third bit. And I think if they can take from each other's game, it's just scary. It's scary how good this team's getting now. And I think our best team involves Rodgers and Ramsey both starting.
Yeah, facts. And it's mad to think that there were questions of who would play on the left between Rodgers and Ramsey. That was initially going into the season. It was kind of,
which is fair.
Who would go where, especially when there was those cam links and stuff like that. But now looking at it, they can quite comfortably play together.
Yeah, we hadn't really seen Rodgers in that second striker role because Diaby.
No, we hadn't.
We didn't know Diaby was being sold when people were saying that. So I think it's forget Dougie Hugh, bro. Diaby Hugh, man. I forgot about that guy too. But
did you see that? Did you see that team that they had out the other day?
I looked at their opposition, bro, and I was just like, oh, okay, nice to see that.
But they had Stephen Bergwijn getting 2 assists and a goal or some madness like that. A Fabinho Kante double pivot. It's all nuts.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it, but I ain't getting gassed off those performances. Like, I seen the opposition.
Of course not. I was just saying the name on paper. I'm
on about people like online and that saying, like, what? Like, Diaby got a 10. It's like, what? It's like, okay, man. But
Diaby 4 assists.
We haven't even had Bailey. Bailey hasn't even started the season yet. That's what's getting me. Bailey hasn't been. What's he like? He's played 2 halves, isn't it? And a bit of the Arsenal game. And we're
so
still.
Bailey didn't even come on yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of trim he's got, by the way, or if he just hasn't had one because I haven't seen him without his hood down yet. He had a hat on the plane. He had that puffer jacket hood up.
Maybe he's got a mohawk or something mad.
Either he's got what trim that he regrets, bro. Like he might not even be injured, bro. He might just be hiding the trim.
Oh, do you remember when he relaxed his hair? That was all mad. Him and Sterling as well. There's that picture of him and Sterling. The trim's looking mad.
I know someone else that did that.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Anyway, bro, the last thing and the title. How far can Villa go?
I think we've got a really good chance now of qualifying through the playoffs. I think we've got a slightly better chance now of finishing in the top 8, but we'd have to have a lot of things go our favour. I think we'd need 4 points from the Bayern Juventus games, which is a tough ask. But yeah, just let's keep going. Let's go game by game, man. Let's go game by game.
Facts,
This new, I'm telling you, this new setup, like you can. We're one of the best in one-off games against an opponent, I think, where Emery can just focus and just tactically plan for them.
Agreed.
I think that's where we get joy. So we beat the best team in the world 1-0 at Villa Park, and we deserve to win. Why not, bro?
Dominating. Facts.
Why?
You're speaking truth, bro. I'm hearing it. And you're speaking nothing but truths. And yes, we beat the best team. We beat the treble winners 1-0 at home and dominated them, battered them, and gave Pep a cooking that he hasn't had in his career. So I agree. I hear it. I do hear it. But I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you all for joining. The comments have been unreal. Been some fantastic comments to read out here, and yeah, we're all just enjoying at the minute. It's great. It's so good being a Villa fan right now because everyone's just enjoying. We're just loving life. We're loving the ride, and
Onto Wolves, man.
Long may it continue, and onto the dogheads.
Onto them, man. Hopefully,
but yeah, thank you all for joining. As always, again, as I say, if you could subscribe as well, be much appreciated. Any comments that you do have, drop them in after on the video as well. We also have a membership, so if you want to become a member, that is possible as well. It's for only £2.99. If that's up to you, if you fancy it, yeah, then we'd appreciate that. Or support for the channel is much appreciated, and you do a lot by commenting and giving your input in the chat, as well as liking the videos and subscribing. So yeah, all support is much appreciated, and we thank you guys for that. But yeah, thanks for joining. We'll be doing a preview for the Wolves game. Bro, enjoy yourself. Keep soaking in the victory, watching other teams playing in the competition. Obviously, Man City are playing now. But yeah, we move on to the weekend. Face Wolves at Villa Park, up the Villa, and let's hopefully get another 3 points on the weekend.